Alright, y'all. Here's the explanation of the star problem. It's kind of cool problem. So I have some people I know, not really well, but they have a landscaping business, or they work for a landscaping business, and so this is something that they do. I don't know if they get as mathematical as this, but it's certainly a math problem that we're going to do. So the basis of this problem is to relate the triangle to the pentagon. Now they give you the dimensions of each triangle, and so we can use the Pythagorean theorem to find the base of that triangle. Now that base is also related to the bases of the triangles you can make in the pentagon. And since this is a regular pentagon, that means each of these triangles are congruent. And they're also isosceles. And this is where the grass region of the planter box would be, and the flowers would be on the stars, or the star edges. Now what they give you here, the 8.5, that's called the apothegm. Maybe you learned that in course 3. I'm not sure. If you had Mr. Walker, you probably did. So we can break these isosceles triangles just like we can break the isosceles triangles on the outer part of the star. So once we get x, that's also the base of the right triangles in the pentagon, and we already know one of the legs is 8.5. Okay, so all we really got to do is one Pythagorean theorem to get x, and then we can do 1/2 base times height and 1/2 base times height. Alright, so to get the x, you would solve this problem, which, again, I did this earlier. So x is 6.2449. Okay, so now we can get the area, which would be 1/2 base times height. So 1/2 19 times x, which I got 59.3748. Okay, and then we can do the same thing here. I'll call this area 1, and then I'll call this area 2. Now that's 1/2 8.5 times x, which is 26.541. And let's give it one more sig fig. Okay, so now we've got the area of this and of this. How many of those do we have as we go around? Well, we got 2 per each isosceles triangle, and we got 5 isosceles triangle. 2 times 5 is 10. Same thing here. We got 2 of these right triangles in each isosceles triangle. We got 5 of the isosceles triangles, so 2 times 5 is 10. So we multiply this by 10, we multiply that by 10, and that's how we're going to get the total area. Right? Well, if you multiply by 10, you just move the decimal point. And voila, that's the total area, which is calculated as, alright, and that's square feet. So that's how many square feet we have. Now if we just want the area of the grass region, we got this would be the grass region. So you might want to do these separately, and these would be the flowers. Because grass might require different soil than the flowers. We're going to ignore that. Okay, so then the optional problem, the extra problem. You got a 2x8 wood. Now 2x8 just means the cross section is 2 inches by 5 inches. It has nothing to do with how long. You can get any length you want, and usually you get a big length and saw it down, or it depends upon the lumber yard. But that's what 2x8 means. So these are going to be sunk 2 feet under the ground, which is going to give us 6 feet above the ground, and so that's what that meant. So we got 6 feet of depth. Alright, well if this is the area, 6 feet of depth means multiply that by 6. And so now we have the total value. If you multiply that by 6, that equals 552.12 cubic feet. So that's how much dirt we need. Now I went ahead and I looked on Home Depot, and I found out that you could get a 2 cubic foot bag for $6.47. So if you are the landscaper and someone hires you to make this bed, in addition to the 8x2 boards, which there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, assuming you don't put boards in the middle here, then you would have 10 plus 5, 15, so that's probably going to be cost. That cost is rather minimal. That's probably going to be less than $200. Wood's relatively cheap. But look how much cubic feet of dirt you need. And we're going to be able to buy a 2 cubic foot bag for $6.47. Wow. It's surprising how much money that's going to cost. So you divide this by 2 and you multiply 6.47, and I get 16,667 cents. Now this is before taxes. If you include a tax of 8.5%, so if you multiply this by 1.085, you're going to get $18,000.83. Okay, so you're a landscaper. You got hired to do this job. How much do you think they're going to pay you to do this job? Well, in addition to your hourly wage, in addition to the 2x4s, in addition to the plants and the grass seed, you're going to also have to pay for the dirt. That's already $18,000. Yeah, this is what people do in landscaping. Anyway, that's the problem. Don't take it easy. I'll give you all some information about how we're going to roll starting on April 13th. I sent the schedule to you guys. I've been getting more comfortable with Zoom, so again, more than likely I'll just give you a link for the schedule date, but I'll give you all some more information about that later.